when you cut sugar and when you take care of your gut health, this is where you get to a place of freedom. Freedom from sugar. It means when you get to a place where you don't want sugar and you don't need sugar anymore. That's what I call real freedom. And that's what I've been living since July 2015. My name is Netta Gorman, and I've been free from sugar, sweeteners, and flour for over 6.5 years. I'm the host of the Life After Sugar podcast, and I've been a teacher for almost 30 years. I teach English as a second language in French-speaking Quebec, and I've been teaching and helping people get free from sugar for 3 years. And with that, I'd like to make a little disclaimer that I am not a nutritionist, I'm not a dietitian, I'm not a health professional. I'm a teacher, and just like you, I'm a consumer. And quite frankly, I don't think we need a PhD in nutrition to know how to eat so that we feel good. And just like you, I used to find that all the input we get about diet and what to eat is so confusing. So over the years that I've been sugar-free, I've actually managed to simplify everything, and this is what I want to share with you. And this is what I want to talk to you about today, because I made this amazing discovery about how looking after your gut health can reduce your cravings. I started asking myself the question, well, why is gut health so important? Why is your gut health considered to be like your second brain? To put it simply, your microbiome, your gut, has trillions of bacteria. Some are good, some are bad. And when your gut is healthy, then studies have shown that it can have a really big impact on your level of stress, depression, on Alzheimer's and dementia, on sleep, on concentration or attention, on mood swings, on sugar cravings, even on your weight, your digestive issues and migraines and fatigue, and your immune system. In fact, according to the American Psychological Association, gut bacteria also produce hundreds of neurochemicals that the brain uses to regulate basic physiological processes, as well as mental processes such as learning, memory, and mood. For example, gut bacteria manufacture about 95% of the body's supply of serotonin, which influences both mood and GI activity. And it's the vagus nerve that acts like a modulator of the brain-gut axis. The brain-gut axis is like a highway for messages between the gut and the brain. And studies show that the vagus nerve may carry serotonin along this gut-brain axis. And increasing evidence shows changes in gut microbiota composition are associated with psychiatric disorders, including anxiety and depression. And I used to suffer from both in my 20s and my 30s, so I was fascinated to discover this. I wanted to tell you about what Dr. Nicole Avena talked about in her TED Talk. She said, when you eat something loaded with sugar, your taste buds, your gut, and your brain all take notice. This activation of your reward system is not unlike how bodies process addictive substances such as alcohol or nicotine. An overload of sugar spikes dopamine levels and leaves you craving more. And I definitely experienced that, and I'm pretty sure you have too. Real foods and fermented foods don't do that to your system. So yes, each person is unique. We're all different, but every time any sugar is consumed, for many people, it triggers a domino effect in the brain that sparks a rewarding feeling. And if you consume too much sugar too often, things can go into overdrive, and then you need more sugar to get that high. And this leads to a cravings roller coaster and mood swings. And who wants to live with that? So how can you get off that roller coaster or that roundabout and stop feeling so sick? How can you get off that vicious cycle of when you eat sweet foods, and then you like sweet foods, and then you crave sweet foods. Well, one way is knowing that some microbes can make us feel like crap if we don't give them what they want, so they know how to make us miserable. These microbes increase our craving for food that they like sugar, by changing our taste buds and producing neurotransmitters such as dopamine and serotonin. So they also know how to make us happy if we feed them the right types of foods. And did you know that your microbiota can create many of the same neuroactive compounds that are behind antidepressants, anxiety drugs, and recreational drugs? Yes, your good gut microbes could actually replace all those feel-good substances. And more studies are showing that your gut microbes can modify your cravings and your eating behavior until you don't even have cravings anymore. So yes, trust your gut. But with that, I think that we as consumers owe it to ourselves to educate ourselves, to question things, to be curious and open-minded so that we can discover what's good for us. Think about your why. Why do you want to cut down sugar in the first place? What's your deeper motivation? What do you want? And what don't you want? Maybe it's no more cravings, or more energy, or better focus, less extra weight, better digestion, easier fasting, and a more stable mood. Maybe it's better sleep and less inflammation, and more confidence to choose your food and to live your life as you want to. Enjoyed this video? Then don't forget to hit the subscribe button.